All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we'll start off by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And this is just going to be a lesson, man, going into, hey, look, man, when this place goes down, man, right, when America, aka Mystery Babylon the Great, when this place is taken down, that's pretty much a wrap for this whole world, man. Okay, because the backbone of the world is America, man. Okay, the whole world revolves around the operation of the United States. Why? Because America. Oh, what is that? If you go to Revelation 17:18, it says that the woman that you've seen is that great city who reigns over the kings of the earth. And the woman that's talking about, just go up to the first verse of the chapter and you can read about it. Right? The woman, which represents America, as it says, what is that great city that reigns over the kings of the earth? Right? And America is that city that reigns over the nations of the world, man. Right? America is that golden city. Okay? Ain't no Vatican City like these knuckleheads on the comment board, are talking about, man. How are these cats talking about, man? Vatican City is 2 square miles long with a population of less than 2,000 people. These guys got to be smoking some real good stuff, man. Must have got it from Pops and his son Mike. Those guys are cool. I mean, they come on the stream every couple weeks. We like to interact with them because they're definitely intelligent, right? Pops and the son are definitely, they know some stuff. I'll give them that. But they go off on certain things, but that's okay. That's, it is what it is. But anyway, going back to the lesson, I just wanted to get a handful, with precepts, man, to go off of, man, because look, when this place goes down, man, that it's a wrap for these, countries becoming rich, because if you do the research on it, you'll find out that a vast majority, of the items that you can purchase, in these stores over here, the vast majority, I want to say 95% of the products, they get imported from, around the world. They get imported into America, right? They're exported from, I'll give an example, Taiwan, Germany, China, okay? Many others, okay? But those are a handful that we can use, okay? They manufacture these products, right? These goods over there. But the way they make money is they send those merchandise over here to Babylon the Great. They send them on cargo ships, okay? And then the cargo ships, dock, and they take the merchandise to storehouses from there, right? To put them in warehouses, and then they get distributed into, these stores where the public can consume these goods. Bear with me for just a second. Right, but that's why, we can tell by just reading about this that this is clearly talking about America, man, because there's no other merchant city on earth that is making all of the world rich off of importing their merchandise and selling it here. In their country. The only country in the world that could fit the description that I'm going to read is clearly America. So anyone that denies it, well, then they just don't know what the hell's going on, man. Okay, as I said, the word fool means unlearned. So if someone doesn't accept it for what it is, then you're just a damn fool. It's that simple. There ain't no way around it. It's very simple. We'll start here, Revelation 18:3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her." Listen here, and the merchants. What is a merchant? A merchant is somebody who sells merchandise. That's what a merchant is. If you look the word up, it says the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance. What does the word abundance mean? The abundance means to have a great amount of something. For an example, a millionaire, they have a great abundance of money. They have a great amount of money. Okay, then it says of her delicacies. And then it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, which keep in mind, if you read the whole chapter, I did leave some parts out, just for the sake of the context that I wanted to read, but you can read the whole chapter. But verse 9, it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, they shall bewail her, and they shall lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And listen here, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise anymore. Now let's stop there for a second, because of what other place, if it was to be suddenly taken out, let's just say for an example, Taiwan, right? Nobody cares, nobody gives a shit if they get taken out. Okay, the place that everyone's going to be in all about is America. Why? Because this is the backbone of the world. This is how all the nations of the world become rich, is by dealing with America, by sending their merchandise over here by way of ship. Keep that in mind. That's very important to remember for what we're going to read. It's imported over here on ships. And then, it makes these people over there who manufacture the merchandise, it makes them rich. They manufacture the merchandise for a cheap price, both as far as the material goes and then as far as the labor cost goes. Okay, and then it gets sold over here for 90% higher than what they paid to manufacture it. Which of course it can go up and down depending on what goods it is. But of course it's obviously cheaper for them to make something than it is for the amount that they sell it for. Okay? Let me see. This app shows it's clearly America, man. Which we don't have to get the next couple of verses because it's just going into the merchandise that's sold in Babylon, right? Which all the merchandise mentioned in a couple verses above, they're all sold here in America, man. They get transported by way of these merchant ships, or these cargo freight ships from around the world, and then the goods get taken from those countries into America, and then the consumers over here, they consume these goods, right? They buy them, and then the money goes back to the ones who manufactured the merchandise, therefore making them rich. Okay, so you see, now we're putting the whole picture together. Okay, this ain't talking about no Vatican City, right? Ain't nobody becoming rich off of the Vatican City and the Roman Catholic Church. That's a bunch of BS, man. That's not, anyone teaching that is a damn fool. It says, and the fruits that thy soul has lusted after, they are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly, they have departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. And the merchants of these things, which are made rich by her. Bear with me for a second. It says, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And what that's representing is that's symbolic of her wealth, right? That's not literal, right? It's not literal that the city actually has on that apparel, That's not literal. Okay, that's just symbolically speaking of, her greatness. Okay, that's why I'll give this example. People used to think that America was where it's at, right? That the streets over here are paved with gold. Is that literal? The answer is no. But what it means is that they have a great opportunity over here in this land. Okay? Let me see. It says, for in 1 hour such great riches they have came to nigh. And listen here. It says, and every shipmaster. Let me read that part again. And every shipmaster. So see, it's not talking about 2 or 3 ships. It's talking about every ship out in the sea, right, who is in this region, around this place. It says, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many who traded by the sea, they stood afar off and they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. Let me read that again. Let that sink in real quick. This isn't talking about Vatican City, okay, like these knuckleheads are trying to tell you on the comic boards, man. Okay, the great city that all these merchants are becoming rich off of dealing with is obviously America, man. There's no way around this. Anyone that doesn't agree, well, then you just don't know what the hell is going on. Scriptures tell you that wisdom is too high for a fool, is what the scriptures tell you. So if you can't see it, then you can't see it. Hey, look, we've had enough, bending over backwards, trying to, get these simps, to learn these scriptures. If you can't get it, then it isn't for you then. That's simple. It says, and every shipmaster, and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many who traded by the sea, they stood afar off, and they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Right, and that's a real question. What great city is out there that can be compared to this? And that's a real question, right? If this is not talking about America, well, then what city out there in the world, what place in the world could this possibly be speaking of? It wouldn't make any sense to say anything, other than what we're talking about, man. Says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein we were all made rich, all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour was she made desolate. Right. So that clearly shows you, man. And again, the part I wanted to focus on, right, because I think this is a deep part that clearly proves it. Okay, this isn't no little event that's happening, man. Right, look, everybody is going to be paying attention when this happens. I'll go back up to verse 16. The latter part, it says, and every shipmaster, right, everybody is going to stop what they're doing, and they're going to watch what's going on. Right, everyone's going to lay down their labors, so to speak, and everyone's going to pay attention to what just happened over in America, man. It says, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by the sea, they stood afar off, and they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning. Right, so that clearly proves it, man. That's the nail in the coffin. On these guys out here, teaching that America is not Mystery Babylon the Great in the Bible. Well, you clearly don't know what the hell is going on. As I said, wisdom is too high for a fool, right? So if you can't get it, and you can't get it. As as the horse says, there's levels to this thing, man. Right? This ain't for everyone to know. And what else is being, sold, and what else is going on in America? Let's read a little bit about this as well. Let's see, Revelation 18:21. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone, like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Listen here, and the voice of harpers and musicians, and of pipers and trumpeters, shall be heard no more at all in thee. That's dealing with the music industry. Right, you have Hollywood over here and things of the sort. Okay? Right, American Idol. Right, all these, things that have to do with music. Music is a big industry over here, man. I mean, hell, you have, certain music videos that these celebrities do over here, that they put them online, man, and they got, I mean, hell, some of them have, more views than people who are on the earth. I believe there's one of them that got 10 billion views. And I'm not even joking about that. You can look that up. right? Some of them get, billion views, 3 billion views, if not even more than that. Okay, that's crazy, man. But that just proves the point even further. And then it says, and no craftsman, or whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Right, and that's talking about, the men who, make these houses, right, and the people who are laboring out in the workforce. That's not going to be over here anymore. Why? Because this land's going to be laid desolate. That's not what I'm saying. That's what the Bible says. So if you don't agree, then hey, you can kick bricks is what you can do. Okay, if you don't agree, then you don't know the Bible. It's that simple. As I said, we're done, going back and forth with guys, man. If you can't get it, then you can't get it. It's that simple. Okay? We're at the end of this thing, man. This prophecy could happen at the end of this year, 2022, or next year, 2023. But it's very close, man. And you can see it. You can see what's going on. Hell, World War III is about to pop off any day now, man. So we're definitely in time, to be playing games right now, man. And it says, in the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the groom shall be heard no more at all in thee. Right, so people aren't going to be, becoming, married, over here anymore. All of that's going to be done away with. Okay, none of these things. Nobody's going to be working over here. Nobody's going to be giving in marriage over here. Nobody's going to be buying and selling over here. All of that's about to be done away with, man. It says so Yahweh through his son Yahushai. Oh, and look here. It says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Right, and all nations were deceived off of the philosophy of the United States. Okay, all nations strive to be after, the image of America, so to speak. They want to build up their societies to mirror America. Even Hillary Clinton, if you go back and watch, 2016, presidential elections, right? She said in one of her speeches, she said that, once something is pushed here in America, the entire world follows. Why? Revelation 17:18. And the woman that you've seen is that great city who reigns over the kings of the earth. Right? America is that city that reigns over the world. Okay? Ain't no Vatican City. Ain't no Jerusalem. No, that great city, Babylon, is America, man. And anyone that doesn't agree, then you don't know the scriptures. Okay? As I said, we're too late in the game right now, man. To be going back and forth with these knuckleheads, such as, Tried and Refined. Teaching their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bear with me for a second. Let me get this real quick. This is Isaiah 47, verse 14. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee. Right, so nobody's going to be able to save America, man. That's why it says that they cried when they seen the smoke of her burning. Why? Because nobody's going to be able to heal this place, man. Right, America can't be healed. Let me get a couple more precepts and we'll call it the video. Revelation 1:1. It says, the revelation of Yahushai, which Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants things that must shortly come to pass. And he sent and sanctified it unto his angel John, by his angel unto his servant John. Right, so these things that we're reading about, these are visions of the future, man. Right, that, the higher intelligence, gave to man, a couple thousand years ago, so that now in these times, we'll know what to look out for, man. Such as, Revelation 13:16, which I can't even say that anymore. I can't even say what it says because, you know, YouTube is, anti-freedom of speech, you know. But it is what it is. You know, the Lord's wrapping this ministry up, man. Okay, this thing's getting wrapped up. The Lord's wrapping this thing up, man. Okay, so we just got to remain faithful in this thing, man. Okay, because this is coming to a close very soon, man. Okay, but, let me see. This is Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Right, so these things that we're reading about, man, you know, they were prophesied back then, you know, before us. You know, and we're just seeing them, you know, we're gonna see them play out in real time very soon, man. Okay, so you know, I just wanted to do that quick lesson on that. You know, hope that was edifying, and I'm gonna say shalom.